Chapter 8 starts by explaining why having conversations about books is important. Kane asks us to imagine what would happen if students at Walt Whitman Middle School heard a 1 minute book talk in each content class each day, combined with the opportunities to borrow books and talk about them. The result was that they would be introduced to over 1,000 books across disciplines. As a teacher, it's important for me to be aware of books in a variety of genres that connect to students' interests so that I can provide them with engaging reading material. I keep track of my own reading on the app Goodreads, so it was actually very easy and a lot of fun to complete the reading challenge chart from the textbook. As I reviewed my reading history from the past year, I noticed that I had not read any graphic novels, any novels set in space, I had not read any classics, or many books published more than 10 years ago. I also had read only one novel in verse. Being intentional about expanding my own reading across genres would allow me to introduce students to more books that would pique their interest and connect to the content they're learning about in their other classes. Graphic novels are a hugely popular genre in middle school. In Chapter 9, Kane writes that it is generally agreed that graphic novels provide motivation, stimulation, challenge, engagement, and enjoyment. This just goes to show why it is important for teachers to have graphic novel recommendations readily available for readers. Additionally, novels in verse are often much more accessible for struggling readers. My observations sparked some research on novels in verse and graphic novels that could be book talked for students and used in their content classes. In my research, I found a novel in verse called Lifeboat 12, which is a historical fiction story based on a true story from World War II that could easily be connected to social studies content. I also found the graphic novel Great Minds in Science, which introduces students to lesser known Black scientists throughout history that could be used in direct connection to science or STEM content. Chapter 10 says that many teachers go through a teaching pattern in which they begin to teach in one way, become dissatisfied, and then find a more rewarding and successful approach. I recognize that I myself am in a pattern of teaching that isn't necessarily working as well for the increasing needs of my students. This course has given me a wide range of instructional strategies that will positively impact my students' lives by increasing their access to texts that they read, and this will allow them to encounter new ideas and perspectives beyond their own. In addition, many of the before, during, and after reading strategies that I have encountered were designed to spark students' curiosity and encourage students to ask questions, make connections, and reflect on their learning. This helps them see reading as more than a school task. Through using these strategies, students will hopefully learn that they can use reading to solve important issues in their communities and the world around them. Overall, this course has provided me with strategies to prepare students to be thoughtful, lifelong readers and learners.